Hey love, it's your girl Damilola. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to be showing us how to cut this structured hip line showing on my screen right now, and it's a short gown. If this sounds like something you're interested in, kindly please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment. And please turn on the notification bell in case if I post any new video, you'll be the very first person to see it. And guys, without wasting much time, let's dive right into the video. Guys, to begin with, I'm going to be telling us how we are going to go about it and the materials I'm going to be needing. And as we all know, we need our scissors, we need our marker, we need our cover, we need our tape rule, and the most important thing is your fabric. We're going to be using Ankara prints for this, like African prints for this. And if you want to make yours, please go ahead and use 3 yards. I actually have about 2.5 yards here, and trust me guys, I'm going to, if this fabric doesn't doesn't reach and the one I wanted, I'm going to add another one for the collar part. But if it's rich, then you can go about 2.5. But please, if you want to make it for a very bigger person, go ahead and make use of 3 yards, okay? To be on the safer side, because I like to be on the safer side. Then I will be using my bone. This is a sewable bone. I'm going to be managing this. It's about 3 years. I'm going to be managing this for the skirt parts, okay? Then I'm going to be needing my lining. My materials here is not actually complete. I'm going to be needing my lining and my hairstring. I'm going to be putting hairstring for this Ankara print. So for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be drafting it first, and the other tutorial will be the sewing tutorial, which means we are going to be having 2 tutorials for this style, okay? Let's just dive right. As to begin with, we're going to be drafting out our front pattern first, and this is it here. Then we're going to, after this one, we're going to draft out our back pattern. And make sure you are folding your pattern in a fold of 2 like this, unfold. So then the next thing we're just going to do is just to take our normal measurement we used to take. And if you look at the style very closely, the gown was actually a princess that posture, and I'll be using the princess that posture for this one, okay? So the next thing I'm going to do now is, let's just go ahead and take our bust point measurements, the under bust, the busts, the chest line, and the waistline exactly. So that's what I'm going to do right there. Please just go ahead and use your own measurements for that. And before then, I'm going to be telling you the measurement I'm going to be using for this gown. I'm using 38 inches. Normal, my short gown is 40 inches. So I'll be using 38 inches. I don't want it to be too short, I don't want it to be too long, okay? I'll be using 38 inches. Then my bust is 36 inches, my waist is 29, the hip is 46, the back is 16, and the sleeve length is 12, okay? So let's just dive right, and I'll go ahead and take the vertical measurements. So guys, this is it right here, and please don't forget your waistline. Your waistline for the front is different from your waistline for the back, okay? So this one is 16 inches for the front, and this is our chest line, this is our bust points, our under bust, sorry, I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to do, because my marker is actually fading and I don't notice that. So the next thing we're going to do is, let's go ahead and take our back measurement, and our back measurement is 8 inches. So we are going to be managing this pattern paper actually, and we are going to just connect these 8 inches all the way to the chest line like so, okay? Go ahead and connect it to the chest line, and I'm just going to be removing about ½ inch for my shoulder slope. You can go ahead and use 0.75 or 1 inch. I want to use 1 inch for this one exactly, okay? Then I'm going to join it like so. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my neckline for the front, and if you look at the neckline, it's a form of a collar, so we won't be cutting the front neckline that deep like that, but let's use 3 inches by 3 inches, okay? I think that one should be actually okay. So then we are going to just go ahead and curve it like so. So then I'm just going to extend this to this neckline here, all right? So then the next thing we are going to do now is our nipple to nipple measurement, that is the princess that's posted. And please, I hope you guys know how to go about it. I'm going to be explaining also in this video. So our nipple to nipple measurement is 4, and how I got my 4 is I divided my nipple to nipple measurements by 2. We're not divided down by 4, divide down by 2, okay? Then I'm going to take it, I'm going to mark it all the way from my bust point to my under bust and my waistline, all right? So then I'm just going to go ahead and make a straight through like so, alright? So from there, I'm just going to come about 0.75 on both sides. Okay, I'm just going to roll it all the way to this under bust. And please, if you are bigger person, very rusty, you can use 1 inch by and 1 inch, okay? But I want this one and it actually suits perfectly for me. Alright. So then I'm going to come down by 1 inch all the way from this bust point. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to do. Come down by this from this bust point by 1 inch all the way, or half an inch if you want, if you prefer that. So then I'm going to make a curve like so. So that 1 inch, just go ahead and place your cover like so. And please, if you don't have a cover, it's totally optional. You can go ahead and use your free hand, alright? So that this is it right here, okay? So the next thing we are going to do about is we are just going to connect all the way to this middle point of this place. But before then, we are going to curve our armhole curve before we extend down. So our bust point divided by 4 is 9 inches, and that is it right here, okay? So then the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to find the midpoint of this, alright? Go ahead and find the midpoint. This is our midpoint here. So then I'm just going to join all the way to that my bust point, alright? So before then, please remember we are going to come out by half of an inch from the center of the armhole line, alright? So then let's just go ahead and make our curve. So guys, please bear with me. I hope you guys can see what I'm actually doing. Okay, then after that, I'm just going to extend my princess dart to the midpoint of that one, okay? Let's go ahead and extend it. This is a pattern, your curve ruler like this, and extend it. Okay, this is it right here. I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to do. So that is it right here. So just go ahead and use your arm to shaping it out. You see that it's not actually curved, very curved. So then take about half of an inch all the way like so. So then remember we are going to be coming out from this shorter side about 1 inch, alright? So because if you measure all the way from this longer part to this place, it will be very shorter than this one. So then I'm going to extend it by 1 inch here. Okay, then I'm going to make another new curve. So the essence of this is in order to get, like when we are sewing it, in order to have a very accurate measurement at this side, so that we will not be having a loss of a short of fabric, alright? So then this is it right here. So the next thing we are going to do now is to take our body measurements as you see me do. Alright, so we already have our bust point to be this one, okay? So we are going to extend this one all the way to this place, alright? So then our waist measurements is, when we divided our waist measurements by 4, we have it to be 8 inches. And this is our waist measurements here, the 8 inches here, okay? Remember we took 0.75 away from the both side. Then I'm going to be adding extra 1.5 inch where we are sewing it, alright? So then I'm going to connect it. So sorry, we are going to be having just very short seams for this part, but I hope you guys can see what I'm actually doing, okay? And so that is it. Just go ahead and do the same thing I'm doing here, and trust me, your outcome will be very nice as well. So just follow me closely. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut out, okay? So I'm going to be cutting the front neckline first, and please when I'm cutting it, must very, very close attention, okay? So guys, I'm gonna ahead and cut it out, and this is it right here. This is how it's looking right here, okay? And this is it right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pin this side together so that I don't want it to get missing, alright? So I'm just going to pin it together. And remember, we are going to be taking a side dart for this part because it's, our back measurement for the waist and the front is not actually equal. But to get this equal effects on our side when we join everything together, we're going to be taking a side that, and I'm going to be using a side that of 1 inch. Since the side that's, or the reason why I'm using this 1 inch is that the difference between my waist and the waist for the front and for the back is actually 1 inch. So if your own is 2 inches or 1.5 inches, you can go ahead and do it. For my whole waist, the difference is 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to be cutting this out, but I'm just going to be, but I won't be cutting it, I'm going to be folding it like so. Okay, I'm going to be folding it like so. So the next thing, I'm going to be using my tape to tape it down. So guys, I'm going to be using tape to tape it down like so. And this is it. So I'm just going to go ahead and shaping it out very well. Alright. Just I want to blend it to this. So this will be for our front half length for the gown. So when we are done sewing it, this is how it's going to look be. Okay. So this is our half length for the front. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is we are going to be drafting out the back pattern, right? So guys, the next thing we are going to be doing now is to draft out our back pattern, and I'm gonna head to tape down another plain pattern paper. You know, the one I cutted out for the back pattern cannot actually reach. I wanted to add my zipper allowance to this back pattern when drafting. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to take our zipper allowance of 1 inch. Okay, so then I'm going to look all the way down. And mind you, all the measurements will be taken after this line. It's going to be, we are going to be taking all the measurements after this line. Sure. Okay, so after that, the next thing we are going to go ahead and do right here is take our vertical measurement like the way we did for the front. Take your chest line, your bust points. For the back, you don't need your other bust ball, you can just go ahead and take it down. And this will serve as our waist measurement. And to get your waist and your under bust is always 3 inches below your bust point, okay? And to get your chest line is always 2 inches above your bust point, alright? So moving on, the next thing we are going to do now is for our neckline, okay? So to get our neckline, let's first get our back measurement. Remember, our back is 8 inches, and that's what we use for the front. So then we are going to be connecting all the way to this chest line, like so. Go ahead and connect the chest line like so. So then moving on, we are going to just take our bust, our nipple to nipple, that we are going to be using for this back. We are going to be using princess that also for this back as well. And you can go ahead with any one of your choice. You can use normal darts, like, or you can leave it as well. But if you look at that picture very well, there is a princess that it meets the back princess that and the first princess that meets together. So then I'm going to be taking my nipple to nipple all the way from this bust point, then to my under, but just go ahead and roll it all the way to the waistline. Okay, come out by half, quarter, about 0.75. Just extend this like so. Go ahead and extend it. Alright, I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to do. Just go ahead and extend it. So come down by 1 inch and make the same curve we did for the front. So make it the same curve we did for the front. So this is it right here. So the next thing we are going to do now is to take our ham hook off out. And remember, our bust point is 9 inches, and this is it right here. Okay, so we are going to take our shoulder slope out. So before then, let's take our neck line out. Okay, so remember, we are using 3 inches by 3 inches for the front. So for the width, we are going to be using 3 inches here. Okay, and we are going to be determining the neckline for the back, and the neckline for the back is kind of V neckline. Okay, I'm going to be posting the back neckline on the screen right now so that you can see. So then I'm going to be coming down from this chest line. I'm going to be stopping my V neckline all the way to this chest line. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and make this kind of curve, the V neckline. So guys, I'm gonna add to make the straight root that is actually stopping from this chest to this chest line. So the next thing is to take our shoulder slope, and remember we are using a shoulder slope of half an inch. So just go ahead and take a shoulder slope of half an inch. Then find the midpoint. The midpoint is somewhere around there. Come out by half of an inch from the midpoint. Then mark all the way to this part here, okay? So guys, the next thing we are going to do now is to connect this to this in the form of a curve, right? Just go ahead and connect it. Just place a curve ruler like so and connect. So this is right here, guys. So the next thing we are going to be doing now is to take our body measurements out, and we are not going to be extending this back. We are just only extending the front pattern, okay? So the next thing is to take our body measurements for the front, all right? So remember, we are going to be adding half the sewing allowance on our fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to connect. So guys, I've gone ahead and connected. So the next thing we're going to be doing now is to cut out. So before cutting out, let's just take our zipper bulge out. Just come up by 4 inch all the way from here. Okay, by 4 inch, then slant about half of an inch out for our zipper bulge. So that's what we are going to be doing right there. So then we are going to just go ahead and cut out. So guys, this will be all for the back pattern. So guys, for the skirt part, we're going to be drafting out the front first, okay? We're going to be drafting out the front first. And we're going to be taking our measurements to be 38 inches. The gown needs to be 38 inches. So remember, we're going to add one. Just go ahead and place your half length like so. You know, our half length is 15. Start your measurement from this 15, okay? So take your gown length. So we are going to be adding 1 inch to it, which is 39. I'm using the gown length to be 38, but I'm adding 1 inch to it, so which is 39. Okay, then I'm going to move across. So this is where I'm going to be teaching us how to form that exaggerated hip line, okay? And then for this hip side, I'm going to be doing some designs there, but I'm going to be showing us how to go about it on our fabric, because for this skirt part, I'm going to be using 2 fabric, okay? I'm going to be using one plain and one pattern, which is the Ankara, alright? So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to mark out my hip line, and my waist to my hip line is 9 inches. For some people, it is 8.5, but mine is 9 inches. Just go ahead and measure yourself, like so. So from there, you're going to divide your waist measurement by 4, and to divide the waist measurement by 4, it is 8 inches. As you can see, go ahead and dot it, and we are going to be adding that allowance to it. So I'm going to be adding 1 inch for the dart seams, okay? So from here, my hip line divided by my hip measurement circumference divided by 4 is 11.5, okay? And so remember that we are doing exaggerated parts, so I'm going to be adding extra 1.5 inches to it. I can go about 2 inches if you want, but I want to be adding extra 1.5 inches to it. And even if you don't want it to be that big, I can add 1 inch to it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and make a curve. So this is the cuff right here. So in order, so just go ahead and just take it a straight line like so. So guys, this is how it's going to be. But for this part, for this down part, I want it to come in a little bit. So I'm going to be coming in by 1 inch. Then I'm going to take it all the way like so. Okay. This is how the exaggerated hip line will be. Alright. So if you want yours to be sharp like this, just go ahead and do it. But I want it to be a little bit curvy, alright? So remember we are taking our darts. So just take your nipple to nipple measurements, then come down by 5 inch, then make a straight line like so. Just do the way I'm doing, okay? Then do like so. So this will be for our darts allowance. So this will be for it. Remember, this is how it goes from here. It goes like this, and from here it goes like this. And that is for our darts, okay, for the back. So when we are cutting in our fabric and we are sewing, we are going to just go ahead and sew this place to this place, okay? And that's what it's going to give us. So the next thing we are going to do now is to cut out, okay? I hope that that's actually like you really get this. So I'm just going to notch this center, this the center of our nipple to nipple, because that's where we're going to be folding for our darts both leg, okay? And this is it right here. This is it. So just go ahead. I marked the 5 inch. Then I come up and do it like this. Okay, that's the way I did it. Okay, so that's how you're going to do your own as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out now. So guys, this is for our front pattern for the skirt. So we are going to be drafting out the back pattern as well. To place this one on it, I left 1 inch allowance, and this part will be for my zip allowance. Okay, this is my back allowance. So the next thing I'm just going to do is just go ahead and take your zipper bulge out. Okay, just go ahead and take a zipper bulge out. For this back part, I told you earlier in my previous video that to have your balanced back skirt, so you're just going to add about 1 inch here, and it's already here. Then just snap it all the way to this place. The essence of doing this is it actually allows your skirt to balance both for the front and both for the back. It allows your skirt to balance. It allows it to balance. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm just going to cut it out. Alright. So guys, this will bring us to the end of the tutorial, and this is it. I'm going to cut out the front for the front pattern. So the cut I'm going to be cutting it out on our next tutorial, that is the sewing of this beautiful gown. So guys, if you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to comment. And if there is any difficulties in this pattern drafting, you can just go ahead and tell me in the comment section, then I'll attend to you all. So guys, see you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.